Alright, so this is day 3 of our trainer training of the laser, and there's something I forgot the first 2 days which I'm not good at, but basically we have a sign-out sheet in our folder that has to be, this is how you end up getting paid at the end of the day, so I know you guys won't forget. So on this, basically, I have the client's name here, then the primary trainer's name is responsible for this client, the package type, so he's a 5-day laser. He purchased this package on 8/10/12, and he purchased, we'll say, 20 sessions. And from there, each day I would date the workout and I would initial mine and he would initial his. So he's in here today and I forgot to do that. I'm apologizing for it. He's going to sign for those first 2 dates right there. Just put your initials there. And this would happen right at the end of the workout. So you can have them do it as soon as they walk in if it helps you not forget it. But basically they have to initial this so they know that where their sessions are at, and also sometimes in the industry a lot of times trainers will rip off gyms and clients and they won't have any kind of documentation on this. So this is kind of a sign off that the client actually did their work. Also in here we have something that we'll spend more time on later, but we have a periodization planner and a phase 1 learning objectives. So this is the phase 1 learning objectives that's on the actual workout card at the bottom of the sheet. We have it in just sort of a bullet point format at the bottom here. Where is it? So it's quickly abbreviated at the bottom there for you to have quick prompts to remind you, but here it is kind of more detailed. You can give that to the client so they can actually reinforce what all the 1,000 things you told them the first day. They're probably going to retain maybe 10% of that. So that's good reinforcement for them so they can see the posture, the breathing, supersets, upper and lower, push-pull, light, medium, heavy sets, standard training versus hybrid training and all that. Then you'll have your measurement sheet and assessment form, something we're going to use today. Finally, the periodization planner is in here. And that is something that we need to do a better job of using, but this kind of gives you a rough breakdown of the training phases you would go through. And it's a very small print. We'll do a close-up of this, but this would be a light periodization, a heavy periodization, and a mixed periodization for clients that may fall into that bubble of someone who is not going to be as good as heavy dialed-in work sets and reps, and what it might look like if we periodized and changed the workout scheme every month. And it breaks down several months of training there, so you should never go stale there. Likewise, with the heavier periodization, where we get into the heavier 5s and 3s much quicker than the mixed, which uses a combination of standard periodization approaches, some of the hybrid phases, and all kinds of twists and turns. And you can see there's like 1.5 years on here. No, actually there's 20 months on there in a row without repeating a single workout phase. So there's plenty of options on there, and it helps you track that and see where you want to go next with the client, so you have the next steps in advance, and the client gets excited about their training down the road. So here we go. So day 3, I would greet Trevor. How's it going today? Any soreness, pain, anything weird?
Nothing really, a little bit. And then my traps.
Little traps. Okay, both sides or?
Yes.
Both sides. So bilateral trap soreness. It started last night, this morning?
First thing this morning.
First thing this morning, all right. And that could have been something that started off on Monday, but I bet you it's from those farmer's walks yesterday. So, and he did some Olympic lifting on his own yesterday. So, nothing in the low back yet or anything, nothing in the legs. All right, so just want to check his soreness there, and then he knows today, I prompted him yesterday that we're going to do our assessments today. As I go through this, I want to ask him if he's ever had this done before. I kind of briefly told him what to expect yesterday in terms of what to wear, no caffeine, no sweating, anything like that before we get started. But, ready to roll?
Yeah.
Have you had this done before?
Yes.
All right, so go ahead and have a seat there. We're going to do the cardiovascular measures first, and I was just kind of wanting to sit here and rest. And so what I could have done before was actually have him sit there and relax, think about something calm and relaxing. So real quick, age?
22.
22, height?
5'8".
5'8", weight?
173.
173. And so we'll say he's been resting there for a few minutes. Okay, on this, and again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to jump in. So the camera's not there. Okay, on this one, I'm going to roll his sleeve up there just a bit. I like to have his arm resting at the table level there. The cuff. Okay, he's going to go right in the middle of the arm. He's going to turn his hand there. It's going to be in line with the artery there, and then inside the arm. And make sure this is the right cuff that fits him. And then we have a large cuff and a small cuff, and the line should be right between. There's a spot on here. So it's almost right outside the norm there. We're going to go with this one and see what kind of numbers we get. Otherwise, we'll switch it out to the smaller cuff size. Go ahead and rest your arm down. So it's right in the middle, and you can see it's in line with that artery there. So I'm going to hit this twice. Let's turn it on. Just once on this machine. The other machine would be two hits on that. This is going to give me the systolic pressure, diastolic pressure, and his pulse. And normal, of course, would be 120/80. That looks up in here. Does it feel like it filled up at all?
Not as much as it should.
Okay. Sometimes the gauges on this are loose. You know, so if his systolic's over 160 or diastolic over 100, I would not let him work out. In his health history form, he has no history of hypertension. I would ask him if he's had any caffeine stimulants or anything like that. But if it was above 160 or over 100, I would that's too risky, and you risk having some kind of incident in the gym. It's not worth risking your career over. So I would talk to him and make sure he goes and sees his doctor. Everyone should have a health history release form, and they are prompted with a lot of questions on that before they even come in. So if you do see that, though, that's a red flag. Apologize and say, hey, it's not a good time for you to work out. We can come up with a new plan. You can come back later.
This generally isn't done on day 3, is it?
It's on the laser day. That would be on day 3, first thing. On the strength training days where it's just 3-day client, you would actually do that on the 3rd day, which would be like a Friday.
So, well, my thing is like you find out on day 3 that his blood pressure.
That's the first time we're just happening to be checking those. So
okay.
he's screened.
I gotcha.
He is screened and cleared with his Part Q release form from day 1. So yeah, it's a good idea to have that checked. If they have a history of hypertension, it's something you need to be cued in on already. That's why you're supposed to go through in the health history form and actually get the history of that, and a good question early on and be, hey, how's your blood pressure? You've been monitoring it and things like that. But typically, we used to do this where the assessments would be done on the first day, and it's a very awkward, weird way to start your relationship with a client. You got so much to offer to give them and sell them. Like a lot of gyms do that as kind of a selling tool. They already bought the program. They're here to make things happen. So it's very awkward. You know, I'm going to get this guy half naked. I'm going to do all these weird and uncomfortable things. I'm going to be fumbling around, nervous because I want to get this done in a quick, timely fashion. It just works much more smoothly when we get it done on day 3. So that way also we can chunk it into 1-hour sessions. Yeah. A lot of times when we used to do this on the first day, it would take 90 minutes, and you're still building that rapport. They had a lot of questions, and it causes our conversation to take way too long, and we end up doing this, and then the JTLC and the whole hour is over. So it's just a poor experience for the first day. So he was at 118 over 70, resting heart rate at 59. Those all sound like good numbers. Does that sound normal to what your normal readings are? Yeah. So I would double check that. If it was high, I would redo it again. If that was still weird, I would redo it a 3rd time, but I want to get some kind of good quality numbers there. And sometimes, again, the white coat effect will distort that. His systolic could raise up quite a bit, and his resting heart rate could raise, but those are good numbers. So next I'm going to do your circumferences. Go ahead and stand up. And it's easier for the men if they rip their shirt off, but it's up to them to make sure they're comfortable. Again, you can refer to this just so they know, hey, you're not getting abused here. This is all the spots I'm going to be going to if you're not comfortable with it. So I'm not doing anything weird to you. So I'm going to crank through this. So circumferences first. Okay, and stand facing with your feet together. Go right around the ab first. .31 and 116.
You sucking in?
No. Exhale. Okay, stand back just a little bit. We're going ab, our waist, excuse me. So middle's point between belly button and nipples. I like to ask them to point to their nipples. Always a great icebreaker. 31 and 10/16. I do get those 16ths on there. I like to be very detailed and accurate on this. The 3/4 and the half, so that's fine, okay to round up, but I like to get, he's super lean, and just one little notch and they're going to make a difference when I'm reassessing. So hips, so go and stand back again. So I'm going to get right around the widest point of his hips, around his radial canter, and try to get as much of his glutes worked into this as possible. So I like to line it up around his butt there, get around the hip joints. I'm going to have him lightly place his hand on this side, just lightly so it doesn't slide down on me. I want you to rotate to the left, slowly facing that wall with your feet in your body. Feet in your body. So good right there. That way I didn't get it to drop down and keep all angles intact. I've got 31 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16. 38 and 5, 16.
Lots of glutes.
What's that?
I said I got lots of glutes.
Amen. All right, arms. So on the back side, when I do this to get the midline, I'm going to have him turn around and hit that chromium there, olecranon down here. I get the midway point there, 14. I'm going to divide it in half. So this is going to be for my skin fold and for the midline, the mid circumference here. So 14, I'll call it 7. As you can see, that doesn't look like halfway, and even if I do this method, I'm going to be off by an inch. So I prefer the tape measure on that one. Then right around. Relax your arm down to the side. that, 12 and 14/16. We're going to do a flexed one. And if you've seen any of our other videos at home, you'll know what's coming next. Go ahead and flex your right arm.
That's right.
Yeah, up, here, gotcha. Go ahead and flex. Come on. Same joke every time. Still great. Okay. 14 and 8. 12, 16. 14 and 12, 16. Not everyone gets the gun show measurement there. It's just a young man like this will want to know that his arm's going up. So I'm going to do it. The elderly, female, male, they may want to do it. Just it's an optional one that you can throw in. Okay, forearm, widest point. Eleven and a half even. Mid thigh. So go ahead and stand back just a bit. On this one, I got to get to the mid part of your thigh, so I'm going to have you raise your pant leg up once I get there. And
Did you say anything about dominant, non-dominant side?
Always right side.
Okay. Always right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they have something
I guess
like
it's
that,
kind of a push.
and they have an imbalance and they want to know, go for it. But other than that, no, all right side. So see the crease here? It's not real obvious, but if he raises his leg up, his is more obvious than most people, and it's right there. But if he raises his leg up in the air, man, that's right where that crease of the quad and the hip's going to be at. So I can prove that and make a consistent spot there. Have him raise his leg and slowly drop down to the ball of the foot. Right there. And then the top of the kneecap is my total measurement there. 15, so 7.5. So I need to get right there. Can you bring it up just a little higher? Right there. And then there's my spot. So that's going to be my skin fold and my circumference. Hold it up a little higher there. Thank you. And then I want to make sure I don't get low on this quad here because this quad sweeps aggressively. And if I get off at all, this is the one that'll kill the females. They'll want to stab you to death. I'll hear complaints and emails about their thigh getting bigger because they're doing too many squats and deadlifts, which is nonsense. It was a bad measurement. So right here I have 22 3/4. Right here I fell in on this side, but I'm still on my mark. 21 and we got 8, 9, 10/16. If I go up just a tad and I angle down, I'm still over it. Now I've got 22 and almost 23 inches there. So same mark here, but I snuck up on this, so I have a weird circumference on that, and he just gained an inch by going up too high. So I'm fired. Okay, what was my first one? So straight around. So if you look at how I'm bisecting that whole leg, 22 and 5, 6/16. I'm trying to make sure I'm going this way, so if I cut his leg in half, it's nice and even. 22, 5, 16. It's not exactly what's level with your eyes. If that makes sense. Okay, calf widest. Pretty straightforward. Face me a little bit. There you go. Ball the foot on the ground. So this is an optical one too. If you look at the inner and outer calf here, they don't always line up perfectly, so you want to average out the widest. Another female issue there. 7/16. There's some males 14 and 7/16. That may be upset too. Okay, chest around the nipples. This is optional. Males will want this done. Females is optional if they ask for it. I've had them ask for it before. Drop the arms. So you're going around the lats there. You want to make sure you're in a good spot there because if that sinks down, that lat sweep's going to make it go lower and lower faster, just kind of like that quad sweep of the leg. So making sure I'm at the right point there, right between his nipples. On the inside there, I've got 37 and 15/16. Alright, so that's it for the circumferences. Those are all good. I only hit those once unless something was weird. I want to redo it. Next is the skin folds. So I explained the process to him. This is a little weird. I'm going to be pinching, lifting, and sifting. It's not very comfortable, but for the best accuracy and results and follow-up, I need to be able to meet on some spots. So it's just kind of a little pinch and sift there. Some spots are better than others. So triceps we already have. Pec is going to be midline between pec, diagonal fold. So armpit to nipple, diagonal fold. We have tricep, abdominal, inch from the belly button, vertical fold. Then we're going mid-axillary, hand on the side of the head. And from here, right from the xiphoid, and align with the axilla of the armpit there. So right there, bam. And that'll be it. So it looks a little odd there, but
do you draw on clients?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
They're from right there and there. I will apologize. Hey, this is a dry erase mark. I'll ask them, hey, you mind if I mark on you? I've never had anyone say no, ever. And if they do, I do it anyway. And I just laugh and smile then. And then you just write labgym.com over their back. So that was not an X, that was an advertisement back there. So super leg on the side of the head. So again, we're using this axillary line of the armpit, making an imaginary straight line down there. Bam. And then tracing the line of it is really after here down. So you can see that natural line coming out. Trace that down vertically. So that's your vertical line. It looks a little funnier than some of the other ones, but you want to follow a natural fit with that, the top of the hip there. So vertical, diagonal. And turn around, subscap. So I'm going to see where his scapulas sit and see what kind of form he's got there. His are nice and easy to look at. They're pretty vertical there versus sloping down crazy. Find a line of best fit vertically. I trace that down. I'm going to just keep following. This one gets to be a little long because you want to have an average line of best fit. He tapers off here, and that's where it gets confusing. So straight down, 2 centimeters to an inch vertically. Laterally there, laterally. And then there's your line. So it's about 2 centimeters below that scapula.
Just kind of parallel out.
Yep. So inferior midline there, and then bam. I got a place to go right there. So we got thigh, calf. This is an awkward one. Right from the inside of the knee here. Come a little more and rotate a little bit more. So inside the gastroc, the bottom of the calf in line with the inside of that adductor. So coming straight down, and then right at the thickest part of that calf there. So no perfect science in that one exactly. Those lane marks are a little awkward on the calf. So calf, quad, and I think we got them all.
It's 7, right?
Yep, for this one, yes. All right, here we go. So I'm going to hit at least 2 times. On our protocol here, we've got an error that if you're within, not within 2 millimeters, retest, but if you're at least within 3, that's a good minimum standard. I like to be at least within 2. Sometimes I'll go 1. Someone's laying his hand, I want within 1. He doesn't have any big errors I would have there. So triceps, turn. So right on top. Pinch, lift, sift. Separate the skin from the fascia on there. Okay, 14, easy. Peck. Six. Next layer, here on the side of your head. Make sure you're not stretching the skin too much. 9. Subscapula. Turn. Gotta drop the arm down. I'm getting my calipers ready for that side each time my hand works around the side I want to go. If I went like this and worked around, I'd be off my side every time. Bam. I'm getting right between that X, 1 centimeter away from the pinch, halfway between the base and the crest. 9. It's basically a 1-2 count on average.
Sift, what are you doing? You kind of
Pinch, lift, and sift. So I'm separating the subcutaneous fat there versus the actual muscle itself. Sometimes the skin's loose, sometimes it's tight. Sometimes, like on this here, you'll get fascia from the actual muscle sheath there versus that. Did you feel that? Hurts like hell. But that's more of the sac of connective tissue around this pec. That's subcutaneous fat layer. It's very subtle. You'll feel it pull away. So that pinching, lifting, and sifting to get that difference there. Otherwise, you're going to have unnecessarily high readings there. So each spot's a little different on that. So like ab, not a ton there on him. But abdomen, here we go. And working on the belly button can be a little difficult, but I err on the mean side. So no matter what, I will average on the high end. Versus if I'm too nice today because I don't want to hurt him, and he's like, oh, I'm not really excited about this process, and I start doing this kind of stuff, barely pecking at him, he's at a 9. That was a 9. My real reading was 11.5, so I averaged low today. And in 30 days, 90 days when we reassessed, it wasn't that the program didn't work; it's that I messed up on day 1 on my measurements. So err on the mean side. No matter what, if you always err on the mean side or deeper and thicker with your fold, even getting that fascia there, you're going to come out with a better average. So you're going to be always erring high, but you'll still have a good trending, accurate change there. Super iliac on the side of the head. This is another fascia fat kind of spot here. So you had a little bit of a layer.
Oh boy.
You cow. 18. Oh, that's good. You're good. Pretty lean. Mid thigh. Alright, so he's going to relax. I'm going to ball his foot there. Spot this one usually hurts a little bit. Pinch, lift, and sift. 10. Alright, so that's 1 round. I'm going on a second time. 14 triceps. It's probably your hardest side to read from him. Triceps. So 13. I got 14 last time. Pec. Six. Got 6 last time. The next layer, here on the side of your head. 9. 9 last time. And 9 subscapula. 9. 9 last time. Abdomen. There on the mean side. 10.5. 11.5 last time. Suprailiac. On the side of your head. Ooh, 13. 13.5. That was a bad read on my end, so I'm going to have to redo that one. Quadriceps, I'm going to come back in a second. So the higher amount of tissue to work with in one spot, the greater the chance of error. He's extremely lean. 10. So I'm got a lucky, easy person to work with. Someone who's got those sites everywhere, that might be their leanest site or number at 18. So if you got someone in the 20s and above, you got all kinds of variables that are going to drive you nuts. So the other video talks about how to work through that situation. But so back to the suprailiac. I want to make sure I followed my same protocol. Where was my error? Did I hit the same exact spot? I bet if you watch the video, I was probably off on that. So make sure I'm there correctly. 1 centimeter away. Broad and wide, lift and sift. Middle of the base of the crest there. 14. My first one was probably bad. So I had 13.5 and 14 and 18. So I really botched up the first reading. I'm going to throw that one out and not make his number suffer for it. So I could average 18, 13.5, and 14, but I just messed up probably in the first one. So I'm going to throw out that number there and use 13.5 and 14 as my numbers to get my data here. Other than that, we're all good. So I'm going to calculate this now. So hopefully that only took me 15 minutes. Didn't start the timer. So between him walking in the door, he didn't actually do the warm-up today, even though I told you to yesterday as an accident. But he would normally come in. I'd intercept him, so right away at the beginning of our session, we could start this, get it done in 15 minutes is the goal. It takes a lot of practice. But then once he's done now, I'm going to go analyze this and put it in the computer. If time's going well, this will happen. If you're running late, scratch it at the end of the workout, analyze this and bring it to him next time, or maybe email it before the next session. But I'm going to go put this in the computer. He will go to the elliptical to warm up, and it should not take me any more than 5 minutes by any means.
Okay, and then as far as the weight goes, would we normally do an official weight?
You can do that, or that's a better way to do it. A lot of times I just will ask them if they weighed this morning, or because I like, depending on who it is, if it's a weight loss client on the laser, we would have some kind of schedule we would recommend for them to actually check their weight. Now, some people are good about weighing every day, and it's not a problem obsessive compulsive wise. If they're okay with that, great. Otherwise, we don't want them chasing the number necessarily. If there's someone in the 100-pound weight loss area, though, I do tend to have them weigh at least every Friday. At the end of a good training week, it's first thing in the morning after going to the bathroom naked, and there's no weird variables there. At the end of each week, that's our best weigh-in, and we use that to track and trend change. But other than that, I may say, like yesterday, I would have said, hey, make sure you give me a morning body weight, fasting, naked before breakfast, all those things, and go to the bathroom. But otherwise, I would get it from the scale. Sometimes I don't use our scale a lot because I never know if it's accurate or not. I get different numbers all the time, so I don't really rely on that. So if you have a home scale that you're going to use all the time, I'd rather use that actually. So anyway you want to do that. And I would say, what scale is that? So that's self-report in quotes next to that 173. Would be a good way to verify that. So let's go ahead and you can go jump on the elliptical, and we'll follow up with you in a second. So go ahead and warm up. And let's see. Just walk out of the room. Just want to give you an idea of how long this should really take if you work fast. Put them on the computer, ask them nicely to get up. Good morning. So, what's that? Pretty good. Pretty good. So, this tab is usually brought up here right away. If not, you may find it on the quick browser, but it should be a quick tab ready to roll. So, age 22. This is all important. You want to make sure you have the right sites. You want to make sure you have the right gender, the age, the weight. That all make the calculation come out differently. Triceps. So 13.5. It's the average of those two numbers. Pec 6. The auxiliary. We got 9 and 9. Subscapula 9. Abdomen 11.5, 2.5. That is 11. Suprailiac 13.75. Quadriceps, 10 and 10, and bam. So he's at 9.5%. That is the bare minimum standard to be able to work here as a male trainer, to have 10% body fat. You notice he had some six-pack coming out there. That's a rule of thumb that at 10% or below is when the abs start coming in. So very good body fat percentage score here. We'll print up 2 copies of this. And usually this works. If not, you can track your numbers here. There's a spot here that is a real great place to put this. So lean weight, we have 156.4. Fat weight, we have 16.5. And then percent fat, we have 9.56. And this way you can track this down and see the trending change all in one sheet. This I like to keep one for us and then one to give to him that he can take and brag about, put on his refrigerator and everything. Women love this, so if you take it to the bar with you, you can kind of show them, and, hey, my score. Steve does it all the time. Okay, let's see. All right. A lot of papers to deal with here, so we may want to clear that out just for hip's sake, but here we go. 2.5 minutes. We got plenty of time to walk over here. Long time. Okay, so here's your numbers here. There's a lot going on, and you decide how you think they're going to respond to this based on their personality. Another reason why we did this in the first date. Horrible way to start off the relationship if this is damning information for them psychologically. So it may not even be the best place for me to talk to him about this out here. I may want to take him in discretion to someone else, but he should be pretty proud of this. So normally I end up taking him out here. Anyway, I'm always going to put something positive onto this because it's, hey, it may not be the best score, but hey, you've got to start somewhere. We're going to make it better. That's why we're here. So either way, this is all I care about. You got lean weight of 156.4, fat weight of 16.5, the total fat percentage is 9.5. That's outstanding. So very good, fit, athletic. You have no need to drop any body fat. It just depends on what your total goals are. He came in, he said he wanted to gain. This is artificial, but 5 pounds of muscle and 5 pounds of fat. So he wants to get to like 160 pounds of lean weight, and at about 8% probably is where he'd fall, something like that. So very good. I got one for you to give to you when you leave today. You can track this. We'll do this again in probably anywhere from 30 to 90 days based on how your training's going. So where you at? So 3, 4, we'll get going from there. So I'm just going to stop you in 3 minutes again because we got a lot to do today. We're going to be about 20 minutes into the hour right now at this point. Back to the JPLC, follow me. I'm going to do this actually on a platform so I can start to designate it. It's a little busy here now, so you may want to do this in a spot so he doesn't feel like he's got to do it at the wall all the time, but we're going to designate this so we don't have to deal with throwing benches and stuff around. So right in front of me here, postural position, so feet are about hip and shoulder width, weight and heels. Nice leg posture hold. Tracing up the spine there, just the fat taller. Just always reviewing this. We've done this 3 days in a row now, but he still doesn't have the slightest clue other than get tight and stand there. People are still getting a soft forward here. This is exceptional, but most people walk in here are not going to nail it so well. So I'm going through my checklist again. So weights in the heels, toes are pulled up, slightly flexed knees, slightly flexed hips, arching that back, brace the spine there. He's tight 360 degrees around. He's not caving in. Big chest up and out, shoulder blades back and down. And so moving forward, holding tight like steel for 10 seconds. Okay, you can relax, passing over the posture, head turn side to side 5 times. And I'm going to say we started at 30 seconds, I want to see how long this takes. It should be about 6 minutes. And 5, hip forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, lateral tilt side to side. Right here, 1, good. 2, 3, and 5, shoulder forward and back. 2, 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Mix up the scores 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10, 4, back, 5, 3, go higher, 4, 5, punch yourself face, 8, 9, and 10, unflex extension, posture hold, and hinge, 1, 2, 3, If you're mastering positions, like I'm not rushing you, I'm keeping a nice tight pace here. So he's good to go and I'm cleaning things up. Keep rolling. It shouldn't take forever. Be stimulated and ready to roll. So nice and tight there. Tuck your head right there. 7, 9, 10. All right, torque your thighs forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave that bench out there on the side. 10 side bends. Brace the hips, lateral flexion. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. With 2 of those 8. Okay, your toe touch posture. We're going to start with 5. So pull nice and clear. Your eyes forward, easy down. More. Nice. 1. Remember, that's improvement already. 2, so it's awareness. You don't have to waste time. Twilight zone approach. 5. Now breathe in. So reach down, go. Come back to the posture. Now back in. 3. 5. Excellent. Best angles, I don't want to. Nice and wide. Reach back towards the field. 5, 6. I also want to make sure, hey, did you talk to the dietitian yet? Did you schedule your appointment? Yes or no? The guy's a genius. You gotta make sure you talk to him. So I'm going to talk to him, make sure you haven't set up a press with him yet. So I'll just touch base with him so you guys can do that. After that, forward leg swing. Brace here. Do a forward leg swing that way. I'm going to get the second one. 5. No, this doesn't hurt. 6, 2, 3, 8, 6, 7, 8, 10. Brace. Side. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lateral swing. So get you right here, facing this way. Lateral swing. Right here. Always planning the next move. So I'm seeing, okay, what's he doing now? I'm clearing the safe path. His next one, what's he going to go to? So he's doing lunges next. So where's he going to lunge at? So I'm thinking about the next step. So you're going to have to delay. You can set up your territory. You know, like a fumbling idiot. Taking all day to get this done. 10 on each side. Brace. Good. 2. Remember, golf swing. More of a straight line front. I'm thinking about where my bench is at, where my dumbbell bench press and dumbbell deadlift station is going to go. You don't want to do dumbbell bench press on the wood ideally because it's a really nice wood. You don't want to drop the weight on there. You can do that on the rubber, or you can drop it. You can do your dumbbell deadlift on the wood. So next, alternating one, rubber. We're doing so he's a client and he's there. Hold on. So my goal is to brace him so he doesn't do it without my eyes on him. So I want to block him here in a step, stop, and squat. But he's done perfectly on the first 2 days on the JTLC. So I'm going to build on top of that on what he's going to be doing lunges on day 3. If we start him in the regress state, we'll start progressing him because he's doing so well in the first 3 days. So there's always a progression. Flat. 10, excellent. Squat, face, squat. So we part with the heel, take time. Good. 1, 2, slow 3. We try to get more control of that right there. 4, right there. 5, 6, good. 7, 8, down from 9, 4, 3. So remember, yesterday we blocked his wrist. That could work too. I'm just trying to grab the approach today, see if he can control that tighter. 10 jumping jacks already. So 542. That practice. So ain't much with talking and being distracted. There's no reason to take anything over 7 minutes with most people. If they're slow, frail, sure, but not a normal young fit person. So on the So again, I'm coming in with a plan. This was prepped up last night. I'm ready to roll. If I would have been sick this morning and someone had to back me up on a day 3 client on a laser, probably, yes, they could get covered and that would be fine. It depends on the situation. But someone could literally back me up and take over because I have my plan all mapped out based on this person. So it wouldn't be the best situation in the world for me to get back up early on, but I still have it ready to go no matter what. He's not going to miss a workout. These numbers are all based on what he did on day 1. So I based this off a leg press. I based that off the machine chest press. That I had to guesstimate a little bit based on our average numbers and his overall general strength and fitness that I've learned in 2 days. See the cable I based off the pull down exercise. It's a vertical pull. This is a horizontal pull, but I'm starting a tad lower so I can work on his technique first today. Leg extensions are extrapolated from everything else as well. Shoulder press from the chest press. I'll adjust that based on how his dumbbell bench press goes. Dumbbell curls based on the barbell curls, and tricep extension based on tricep push downs and everything else. So you can see on here it's the same setup as day 1 in terms of organization, but there's a few extra fluid exercises worked in there to introduce some degree of difficulty, 3-dimensional space, balance, stability, you name it. I'm just prepping them up to learn how to squat and deadlift at the same time. So again, I'm going to explain and demonstrate the exercise first, then I'm going to have him do it. First dumbbell deadlift. So when I like to start conservative, all day leg press like 550 or something on the first day. We're starting with 25s because I don't want to have to. If you could start with 50s easily or more, I want to be able to coach him and not worry about the weight being too heavy. This is a deadlift squat hybrid. Depends on the person's build. If you're going to go about hip width apart on this, more like a deadlift. Chest up, so your legs are backing down, posture hold. You come down with the knees out to about mid-shin where we're at barbell with you off the ground there. Stand. Down. Stand. Some people have to square off differently based on their anatomy there. Down as low as possible though, back folding. So with his back there, that's at a very low range that you start to curl under. But I would stop him typically to where you hold that position. If we can get to the bar height, that's 12, 15. Human rack there, posture hold. Get a nice 1. Go down. So up 2. 4, nice. 5. 7. Right there, 9. Right there, 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Excellent. So, form was solid. 15 reps, solid form, RP of 4. So we go up next workout. From there, I'm going to make a quick decision. We're going to go so I wrote about 45 to 50. I think he's good for 50. He looked more solid and stable on that than he does on the suave squat. Kind of balance his weight, activation of all of his muscles, who knows. On that, as I set him up, I gave him a human rack, and then I started swiveling around 360 so I could see all the angles and make sure everything was intact. The other thing is if he was off, right range of motion or balance, I would start using crates and risers to watch his range of motion, maybe bands around the knee, maybe hold in front of the face so he's not tipping forward. So there's a lot of things, but I did that just basically with my hands really quick, just to cue that in. So next, dumbbell bench press, 25. Right here. So you set up the weights to you on your lap here, so you set up. We're going to go right there on the leg, feet are solid on the ground. You keep this tight to the body. Flat postural position in place. I'm going to help you get to the top, nice and firm there. So see my shoulders up. I'm going to make sure they're retracted down in that posture hold. And with my heels, butt, and shoulders, a nice arch in the back. Inhale down. Exhale, push up and in. Inhale down. Exhale, push up and in. That range is kind of like if the bar was to hit your chest there. You come all the way in, outward reaching, back over. I'm going to bring it down and we'll sit up together. 15 reps together. It was easy once I get it out. Right behind you. 1, 2, 3, pop. Pop up there. Cheers. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale 2. A little slower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 9, and slow down. 4, 3, 2, 11. 4, 3, 2, and up. 12, 13, 14, 15. Bring down. We're just practicing for when you get ready. It's already a trouble. Lifting those 25s up and down. When you get 125s in your hands, you're in the healthy a little bit there. So that's how we're practicing. RP. Way too long. 0? As well. So
That's 4.
4. All right, excellent. So light, form a solid. That's all I care about. First 2, no harm. Now I'm going to start rolling the dice a little more as I get to know him, and he's strong and stable on those. We're going 50 there, and I would say 45 is nicer for the shoulders there. Although he's capable of 50, I may add a 4th set if time is good. Otherwise, next workout we'll get you up there. 50, we're going to go right here.
Demonstrating those squats, I kind of like.
Human right. 10 to 12, up to 15 reps. You got it. Good. The hips, heel spine, weight to the heels. Down slow right there. 1, 2, nice. 4, perfect. Inhale. That's a strong. 5, 6, 7, down slow, strong. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 2 more. 15, nice. You got it right there. 9, good. 10. Very solid. His tempo got a little quick, but I trusted him with that. If some people were going that fast and that back was wild around or anything, I would slow it down, but perfect. Position, now I'm asking myself, can this guy do a barbell deadlift? Yes or no? Can he do RDLs on day 3? Yes, of course. 5 on RP, we'll go up. We're going 45 on the dumbbell bench press. Sound too light?
Yeah, you go.
So, based on him catching his breath, you may say he's fine, but I'll watch this video after the spine there. Good. 1, 2, so 10 to 12 reps up to 15. Ready? 1, 2, push. Yours. Down. Up. 1, 2,
46 or 38, what we got going on?
5, good pace. 6, 8, 9, 10, 5 more. 11, 13, 14, 15. Good, down slow, in, 6. Good. So now he's still proving himself to me. Still conservative. RP was maybe 5 at best. Even that. Got it. So now I'm going to start taking more liberties. So he's got 2 sets in solid. We're going to jump to 65 there. And then we're going to go to 75 on the dumbbell deadlift. So we're still in that 15 rep land, but he still had to prove himself to me. So the first set could have been lucky. We're going 75 on the dumbbell deadlift. Okay, so 10 to 12 reps, 15, you got it? Nice tight reset. Slow, strong. 1, 2. Excellent. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. So good. 8. 10. 5 more. You got it. 1 at a time now. 11. Good. 12. Excellent. 13. 15. So arguably based on the way our RP and our reps that would be his first work set, and we're there by set 3. So that was 15, solid. RP was 7. Next workout, I still wouldn't start him at 75. That's just, although that makes sense based on the scheme here, I would go 50 for 15, 75 for 12 to 15, and so on. Maybe 90 there, 85 to 90 plus, and then about 100 plus. But this is a conversation came up the other day on deadlifts. Yes, you'd be doing barbell deadlifts on a workout too, because it's stupid to do dumbbell deadlifts that heavy. You go to a trap bar, the grip gets sketchy, but it's also so wide and awkward it starts crushing most people, and he fits naturally very well with it. But at that point, I would say change up to barbell deadlift, question mark. So I just give myself a quick prompt on that. Okay, dumbbell bench press, we're going 65. It's normally 10 to 8 to failure in this set, but he's still crushing 15s. We're really kind of on that 10 to 12 scheme at this point, so I'm not going to just jump right to an 8 to failure, kind of wait now. That'd be a big, huge jump. 5, 10 to 12. Nice, tighten down slow and help them out. Top here. Down slow. Strong through. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Good call. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, extra and 6. Nice. Back there to get up. This should not be a heavy decline kind of sit up. I just help brace them up nice and seamlessly. RP. 7. So next workout, although that should be a first work set, I'm going to warm up at 50. We'll go 65 and then about 75 to 85 plus. We are going to do a fourth set. We're not worried about time as much today, so we don't have to worry about that 60 minutes. But normally you wouldn't have time for 4 sets, maybe not even 3 on the first day here, getting them in. So, but we're going to push it a little bit. So one more set of each dumbbell deadlift. We'll go 90 pounds. Chalk?
It's just my left
So chalk, and if you're worried about that, you go straps as well. So we don't care about his grip strength, we care about safety first on this. So 90 pounds. Each set up 15. That's why you had to practice this farmer's walk. Don't have to walk around, so make sure it's right there. Good, solid, weight the heels. Keep the failure up to 15. Good, 1. Knees out, good, strong. 2, 3, 4, 9, 5, whatever you got. 6, 7, and good. Yeah, good. So save the time. Stick. So you saw that kind of going at the end. It was so close there, that would have been a good drop there versus having to roll over anything or trying to artificially say that. So I would have just said, hey, just let him go at that point. And my words more about him or the wood, more words about him, of course, and replace the wood. So RP. That was 8 reps, right? 7 solid, 1 shaky, so 7 plus 1. And to kind of keep out that exercise right away, quick sets with knowing the guy for 3 days. So to maximize that, we'll go to the deadlift next time.
Yeah, I couldn't hang on that one.
Yeah, so not worth it with those. Okay, last dumbbell bench press, we're going to go, Jimmy, what do you think? Well, how much you want to go?
By 75.
That's a conservative call. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to go 8. Good with that? Yeah.
I don't think I don't think we can handle this. Yeah.
So it's celebration.
All right, so make sure he's got his breath. 1, 2. Notice I'm sweating as hard as he is. That's doing your job and providing value. I'm going to be tired as he is at the end of this workout, so make sure you have a death grip on his weights. Okay, I'm ready. Up. Right there. Here. Nice. 1. 2. 3. 4.
I don't know what that is.
6. Your call. 7. Big 8. Good. Down slow. Putting it in. Nice. Excellent. Good reps. 6 solid, 2 shaky, but not ugly. Just a little shaky. RP. You gotta dig in. It's kind of hard to get the RPs up, so let that be a sign that you don't have to crush the 9s right away. So 80, 6 solid, 2 shaky, RP even 8. That's something where I put a sign next to that weight, so that may determine what I go next time on here. So I might go 75 to 90 plus. You can see 80 still in there. And this next day, who knows? He may be feeling better, knows what to expect. He'll be nervous today. It's his first time doing this, so I kind of have a range to work with on his last 2 sets. And we're also starting heavier, so this is all going to be relatively different. So far, how you feeling? Good to go? All right. Radically different than day 1. I already trust him. He didn't have any crazy radical soreness. He did do heavy farmers yesterday, a little bit in the trap, so we can proceed. So the 6 from the RP on the first day, and there's no soreness. We're pushing a little bit harder. Everything's been spotted nice and tight.
One of the things I noticed, and I know a lot of people squat like this, but like when you go the last set of the dumbbell deadlift, knees kind of cock in right in the press. Is that, I mean, if it's not severe.
No, you don't want that. So
To be a little, like you said, the dumbbell's pushing in.
cave
Like,
in, so
Yeah.
it gets awkward.
It's not really narrow.
Yeah.
So think of it. That's why you don't want to be.
Is that something to ask about, or like
You gotta
feel
be
like you're
aware.
cramped in there? Or?
So you assessed that already with his toe touch cross shoulder and his squatting squat. But you shouldn't be at the squat stance here. It's never forcing it in. So it's a more with deadlift stance when you get out there.
Okay.
You veer the knees out. Then you should be pushing the dumbbells out.
Okay.
That's kind of the weight's difficult. It's a little challenging kind of an issue.
Yeah.
So shouldn't happen.
Okay.
If that's going on, you can get him to straddle here. He's a unique case here, but elderly, someone who's got a chronic problem with that. Strong adductors for the female, right there. And you have to open it, or the bands around the knees.
Where's my grip got more? They came in on me. I couldn't hold
It's harder to do, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to look at. You change the exercise, change the weight. A trap bar would be fine too. We have that light trap bar.
Yeah.
It's like 25 pounds over there, so it'll be just fine. We'll get the same objective accomplished there. So moving on.
Justin, the bands around the knees is just to press out against the band?
So it's going to activate the glutes here to get the knees to fire out, which is typically not a really well engaged or coordinated area there. A lot of times, people have overstrong adductors there, and they'll pigeon toe bird, stuff like that. You're going to have to fire out to release this and turn that on, basically. But you don't have to jump on that right away. Cue it first, fix it with your hands. Jimmy, stay in the squat stance. I can get the same thing done by doing this. I don't have to spend a minute go finding it and making sure she gets it on right and it's all good. I can simply cue this or say, butt back knees out. Or when I teach the JTLC, I should have saw that problem on the Suave squat already because it's been more like this going on. And this is solid. So the only time we saw that on him so far was on that set. So nothing to be alarmed about. Now RP's about 8 yards. Alright, next to the other side. Okay, leg curls and seated cable rows, right this way? Got an adjustment down here. You don't want it too low, you don't want it too high, you want it in a comfortable spot, just kind of right around over the Achilles, close to the edge of the heel there, the top of the heel. Knees will hang off the edge of the bench there. Postural position in place. Line up your spine, hips, everything. Hold down tight. Keep the feet from turning in or out. Straighten the position of heel. Exhale, squeeze. Down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, squeeze. Down for 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't want that to hit each step. Keep the weight in the muscle. People ask, why do I want this dorsiflex, plantar flex for the feet? I don't care. If they plantar flex too hard, sometimes they'll actually clamp up in the calf early on. So I'm fine if they plantar flex up to just take some of that out of there, so it relieves the tension a little bit. So tight there, tight there. Exhale, scoot up when you're ready. 4, 3, 2, and 1. 4, 3, 2, and 2. Perfect. 4, 3, 2, and 3. Exhale up. 4, 3, 2, and 4. 4, 3, 2, and 5. 4, 3, 2, and 6. 4, 3, 2, and 7. Perfect rhythm. 4, 3, 2, and 8. 4, 3, 2, and 9. 4, 3, 2, and 10. 4, 3, 2, and 11. 4, 3, 2, and 12. 4, 3, 2, and 13. 4, 3, 2, and 14. Last one. 4, 3, 2, and 15. Excellent set. That's it right there. Out there. RP. 6. All right. Deceiving, look light and easy. I'm surprised it was even a 6, so some of those will do that. Can't see his face down there. That's an appropriate starting weight for that. So we'll go 70 next. 70 to 80. Can you feel the back there? It says See the cable back row in there? You can use the V-bar or the neutral grip. When I earlier programmed the Phase 1 model, we didn't have this handle. This one's fine too. It depends on the person. But both are accomplishing the same objective. See the postural position real here. So we'll go with this one here today. Again, the V-bar is fine. Weights in the cage. This is sitting up. Posture hold in that waiter's bow position at the bottom of that ranger. So we're building the RDL as well as all of our postural positions. So leave the heels there, you slightly flex, and coming back to this position here, exhale pull. You set up, you're going to keep that position, extend back slightly, nice tight depth grip there, exhale pull, and go down, exhale pull. Big airs on this are opening around your core and getting momentum to feed back. You don't want any movement in the spine there. The spine is steel spine, exhale pull. Hold 15. Sit upright, nice spine there. Get a tight depth grip there, and I'm going to set them into place. You're going to slightly extend your knees a little right there. Until 1, perfect. 2, 3. Sorry? If you can forward, it's not a big deal. 5. Comes around. Set out rope. Right. 9. 10. 11. Goes back up. 15. Down slope. And then you're still at 1. RP. Right up. 2. Back up. Position the shoulder. We'll watch out in those next couple sets. I'm going to give this a little swiggly. I'm just going to keep myself shoulders. So there's a little motion there. I'm going to try to get them to stay real locked in. His are subtle, but you'll get people complaining of rotator pain and stuff like that. That's that stability in the shoulder and scapula that I would really want to master and beat to death. So his is subtle, but it'll be a good learning example there. Other than that, pretty solid on him. As I left, I've had that on 3. I moved it. Make sure you look at the little details. It makes a difference. They'll do the whole set and be like, oh, it feels different this time. I don't understand what it is. You can't figure out. You can't pick it up. You look like an idiot when they finally figure out it was something simple. All right. It's like flying a plane and oh no, it isn't. Projection system or something. All right. So we're going 70. Let's go 80. So 10 to 12. 15 to that. Exhale, squeeze up. Inhale down for 4. Push yourself down tight. Get it straight. 1, 4, 3, 2 and up. 2, 4, 3, 2 and up. 3, 4, 3, 2 and up. 4, 4, 3, 2 and up. 5, 4, 3, 1, 6. And so squeeze. 7, 8, 9. Looking easy. 10, 11. Release for more if you got it. 12, 13, 14. 15 down 12x on RP. 6. So that was easier in the first set. You got warmed up. So I expected it to be a little harder. RP 6. I changed that to 5 on So seat position there, 3 circled. So I make sure I get that right every time. I don't have to relearn every time. So one thing, we are slightly in 15 rep lane. At this point early on, there's no problem, but I want to start to figure him out better and better, and that's going to help me make educated guesses on his weights. That actually should have been heavier than I expected, but that's just an exercise where he warmed up, and it was easier in the second set. So, but I don't want to do huge, stupid jumps at the same time, so that's the dialing in process. My point is that I don't want to get stuck in, when I'm saying 10 to 12 up to 15, that's got to stop very soon. So I want to get him dialed in where the form is solid and tight, but I'm making the right weights that we're taking the 10 to 12 within that given RP with perfect form. We're not in 15 rep lane, he thinks 15 reps are where it's at. 7, let's go 100. 10 to 12 reps, watch those shoulders, big heels. It really helps to start with this posture. Lock in perfectly. Comes around. Right there, it's a squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, nice. 5, 9, up right there. 8, 7, up. 3 more. 6, good. 9, 5, up. 10 right there. Just so up. 8 to 9 solid ones. I mean, we're ridiculously anal on this, so depending on the person and the situation. I get sloppy mad probably on a daily basis on certain exercises. I'm a competitive weightlifter. Think of the 50-year-old with bad shoulders, the 80-year-old with bad shoulders. Every little bit of friction and movement there is something you consider. So case by case. So he'll have his salad form, his A+ form. Some other people have their A+ form. Should be black and white, but it's not always.
If a person have a tight low back before even being loaded,
Great question. So
do you spot the first one? Like, what do you?
yes. So okay. So for that case, yeah. So he would come in. Let's go lighter on this. So make sure I get the numbers down right. So how many reps do we do?
I did 100.
Yeah. 100 for 8 salads. What's the RP? 7. Okay. Vital information. So when he's setting up here, so he'll bend the knees more. He'll do a tight posture hold. So he's going to lock in as much as possible. Come even more. So it's more of a leg. So I want to get him to sit up taller. It's going to be more of a leg press to get him back in position. It's going to help force him in right in there, and then we'll just straighten those legs out as necessary. He's getting there.
So you're not lightening a load to help him get there. You're just
it won't work too well if it's super light and you can just manhandle it like that. Now, if his posture is poor there and he's not good at retracting there, I thought that was your question. Come back up with the weight.
I'm saying like if they can't keep this.
Right. No, this is just a side issue here, where I would be digging in and forcing that in. At first, you think that's a crutch. I'm just trying to be aware and activate the position and force it in. Eventually, I'll let go. Is he holding it? Is he holding it? Is he holding it? Can he maintain it? Is it too heavy? What's going on? That's a great sign. You can say pressure working the cut minor there. You need to do some retraction-based exercises in there, AISTs, whatever. But I would hold a 3-second pause and check. So pull and hold. 3, 2, 1, 1. So really accentuating that piece of the row there. So I do that on all rows. Yeah. That's something you should be activating in a freaking workout we do. Position always. Alright. Get third set in. Leg curl. Focus on your continuing feeling. Here's safe word. So we're going to roll the dice and see what happens. We're going to 110. That's your way to say, I don't know if this is going to work out. It's going to be a little heavy. And just letting you know that this is taking a big jump. So be ready for it. And if I didn't do that, you jumped into this and it was like, holy crap, it's heavy. You're going to think I'm an idiot. And I'm going to get you hurt. So we're going 8 to failure. Do as many as you can with perfect form. So we took a 30-pound jump. But you follow what I'm saying? So I just threw you in this and it was heavy and you crashed where I would lose trust from you. Guess we're going 8-ish, but keep tight, perfect positions. Get your set up tight. Extra squeeze as hard as you can on the way up. It's probably going to be fine, but just think 4, 3, 2. That's slower. 4, 3, 2, 2 right there. 4, 3, 2, 3. Good. 4, 3, 2, 4. Good. 4, 3, 2, 5. 3, 1. 4, 3, 2, 6. Excellent. That's one. 4, 3, 2, 7. 4, 3, 2, and 8. Nice. Down slow. Good. Heavy. Head shaky. That's it. That's good. That's good. You're going to be super sore with that hit tomorrow and RDLs on Friday. 8. All right. So we give him 9 reps at 110.
What do you do when their hips start to shoot up like that?
1 second. So 9 reps. Shaky at 110. I'm putting an equal sign. The RP was only an 8, but that's what I was saying earlier. Although it's an 8, people fall into this mechanical trap of not using their brains of, I need to push him to a 9 because it's his 3rd work set on this ball. No, I need to clean that up. And by cleaning up his form, making his hips stay down, all those little pieces that are shaky, if I make him stay tight and clean it up, the RP is going to go up. I have to work harder to get the same amount of work done, basically. So I'll say next workout, we did 9 shaky ones, the RP was an 8. I want to see 8 or 9 reps this time, but we're going to dial in perfectly. So take your time. Last time you were hitting the stack in between reps. We're going to slow that down. Rep 6 was your best rep. I said best rep. That's what I mean. That was that weird blog post I put the other day. So find a good thing, reinforce it. That was your best rep, the same way every time. Same way every time. Just keep reinforcing that so he knows what that should feel like. And then stay on top of it. So if the hips come up there, if you can't fix it with a verbal cue, I'll hold it down so you can feel it.
Sacrum?
Yeah, just low back kind of area. We brace both depending on where it's looking up and posture. But for some people, I actually lay down. Like Tom, he's got real bad degenerative spine disease now. I want to brace him a lot. He'll feel it if he's off at all. So I'll brace here and here. And I'm spreading this out so it doesn't hyperextend, squeeze too much, and get too much pressure. Putting a brace there and there on some vertebrae to keep this. And I'm pushing hard because he's squeezing up and he's going to keep shortening in there too tight. So that's another way that I might have to do it. All right, leg curls. I'm sorry, back row. 5, 6. We're just going to go 110 here. Snap jump. I already proved to him that I can work him, so I don't have to take any crazy jumps here to give him a man card here or anything. So we're going to go 8 perfect reps, perfect posture, keep the shoulders back and out tight. Dig the heels, exhale forward. Every set he's getting a shot, reinforcing the good performance. I'm not assuming he's a master at this yet. Earning my money. So nice tight hold, locked in. 1, perfect. Yes. 2, nice. 3, same one. 4, good air. 5, 6, excellent, nice, good. 7, same way, so tight, last one. 8, very nice, that's a good heavy set, 8 RP. 8.5. Pushing it, all right, that was excellent. So that's a good dialed in set of 8, I'm happy with it. So, although it's not a perfect 9, pretty solid, a little bit of motion, but that motion was just to get him reset tight for the next rep. He was controlling the weight wasn't controlling him. You give him an exclamation point at set 2. That's what made him in. He worked hard. He did everything perfectly. Looking at me funny.
I stick it.
Yeah, that was awkward. All right, moving on. So we're halfway through here. We've done 4 exercises. We did a bonus set 4. That may not happen until workout 2 or 3, depending on how fit they are. Since we did the assessments today, they took up 20 minutes. You would adjust accordingly. You wouldn't get this far in all the time on the first day of this workout. So again, telling him, hey, next time we're going to go heavy. We're going to go bench presses. We may have only got to 45 pounds on the second set. He's like, this is weak. We're going to get there. Just trust me.
Daddy long way.
On this, I'm going to adjust this better to be set for him, but there's a couple ways to sit on this one. First of all, posture position, you're going to pull yourself down in this. People get on here and get it. It feels hard. I mean, I feel the knee coming in. Lock it down tight, perfect posture, exhale, squeeze. I get better range of motion and better quad work. Everything else is bracing and supporting. So you can sit up right there. Some people do like sitting back, but you're still pulling down and tight. I'm not crumbling in here. I'm not squeezing in and falling in. I'm tight and locked down. So squeeze, inhale down forward. Keep it up the stack there. 70. You can test both ways out and see if they like more. Everyone's a little different on their leverages on it. Come back.
Good chest. Breathe loudly.
Alright, so the tongue of the shoe in this area, there's a two on the shin.
Yeah, you have it.
Right? Okay, so not too low on the foot, not too on the shin. Down. Exhale, squeeze up when you're ready. Inhale down. 4, 5, 6. Alright, ready. 8, down. Just more. 4, 3, 2, up. 2, 4, 3, down, up. 3, 4, weight's good. 5, 6, lock down. 7, 8, tight. 9, 10, 11, 12, nice smooth it in, smooth, 13, smooth, 14, smooth, 15, excellent RP. How the knees feel that? So leg extension, you get a bad rep, it's not as bad as everyone thinks. If you do them right, do them light enough, you control the end range, speed, all that, nothing's bad if you do it right. There are exceptions to the rule, of course. Go to 9 in the next set. See the shoulder press, follow me. So seat at 2 feet at 3. Seat at 2 feet at 3. I don't want to waste time to learn that again. So here's the beautiful system in action. Remember the seated shoulder press we did on Monday? This is the free weight counterpart of that. I showed you that speech action on the dumbbell bench press earlier. So so you want to teach your client what progression actually means and why we would start a barbell bench press and all that. So we're going most basic to most advanced. So this is a free weight counterpart of the seated shoulder press. You did great on that the other day, but the machine did have to stabilize and balance. So this is a great core exercise that I explained the other day. Sitting upright and not using that seat to support the core there. So the instructor's got to do work to brace everything from the ground up. So you stay tight and pressed overhead. It will expose any postural issues you might have, any shoulder problems you might have, any core weakness or trunk stability problems you have, hip balance and stability problems, knee, ankles, everything. So we're putting the posture together here to press overhead. Eventually we can stand up and do an overhead press, military press, behind that press, power jerk, snatch jerk, you name it. So core stability. So grandma can do this. You may have to brace her behind the back of your knee, name it, or against the wall even, but this should be the ultimate goal. Not leaning back there. So you should be able to stand at any point in time to the ground. So go ahead and face it that way actually. I'm basing my way off of the shoulder press ability the other day. But we'll always start a bit conservative on this. We're going to go 20 pounds for 15 on the mount to the back. Trust me, even though I just gave him this huge lanky explanation of trust anything that he's do. Check this, heels back towards the hips a bit there. So it's too far forward, up at 90 degrees, the knee's gonna fall on his ass. So tight there, tall. I'm still gonna brace here in case he falls back. So wherever you are, mom check the top, 1, 2, 3, all the way up. Okay, it's yours, down, exhale up, just here. Right about there, 2. Fine, looking good. I mean, turn away, look forward, good. Exhale up, 5, 6, 7, 8, strong, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay? That's fine with me. So you killed it, nice and solid. We'll probably go 35 next. That's a bigger jump than you might normally see around here. Any shoulder pain or problem there?
Yeah, actually.
What'd you feel?
Both AC joints.
Okay, so
some old injuries in high school. I mean, nothing.
we're gonna try one tweak on the next set, and we're still gonna go up. Normally, I would say the same weight if there's a real situation. I want to test this out though. If you notice, I haven't made a big deal out of it, but on his range, he goes pretty low. This is why I'm so conservative when the shoulder all the time. He comes down low and he rotates in just a subtle amount. I let a lot of people get away with that, especially with the training for a while. But I want to try this out and see how he responds to it. He's gonna stay back and down, tighten this plane here. I'm not going to come in at all. I'm going to shorten it to 90 degrees, and I guarantee you feel better with those weights. Although he's got old injuries, scar tissue build up in there, it may not fix it at all, but likelihood that if you tighten it up there, even for weight, it's going to feel fine. 1 pound can hurt, 500 pounds can hurt. It's a matter of how tight the form is. So we'll go 35 in the next set, 10 to 12 reps. Let's go 30, and then we'll go 35, 40. Okay, back to the leg extension. Right there.
Steady, don't pull them shoulders back.
I left my clipboard there to lock my station. 2 feet. 3. Let me know if that feels out to you. Okay, so we're going 10 to 12 up to 15. If you got it, locking myself down. I would make a note if he sits back. Sometimes I can confuse myself if he sits forward back. I'll forget. Lock in there. Tight. That's just squeeze up. 1. 4, nice, 5, 6, 7, good, 8, slow, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, you got them all, 14, 15, excellent, very nice, strong, good, RP, 6, wow, okay, so we need to go 120 on the next set. So, going back to what we talked about, I would write, in quotes, some shoulder pain, AC injuries, both sides. Is that right? How'd you do it?
Football.
Football.
2 separations.
All right, so I'm making a note there. It's something I didn't see in the health history form, though, so it doesn't matter. I now understand that. I should go 20 and try to perfect that, or maybe even go down to really test my theory out, but I want to see if my theory still holds up with a trainer here and keep that nice pressure. 30 pounds, 10 reps, 10 to 12 maybe. Brace your feet nice and tight. And I'm going to stop you. As soon as you feel my hand touch it on, you just stop just right away. Take your time in the range of motion. My mouth you up. Do 1, 2, 3, all the way up. Right in there, come down slow. Right there, slow. 2, slower. Right there, 3. 6, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, down slow. Pain? No pain. None. 0? Wow. So I didn't expect that 100% considering you had probably some scar tissue from the injury. If someone's posture is chronically off and they got some impingement kind of stuff going on, the inflammation around the tendons and the bone in there, that will fix it immediately. But that's kind of iffy. It felt better. We stopped him at 90 degrees there. It's a great exercise. Dumbbell shoulder presses are awesome. Core and the shoulders there. A lot of people stop doing shoulder presses because it's such a subtle position. When I was being anal about those rows earlier, that's why. Yeah. So that's going to knock that here, stay here. You notice I braced the scapula to my knee on that set there, and I just gave you a speech about core stability and all this crap here. I wanted to make sure that wasn't going to fall into place so that I could make sure my theory didn't have a confounding factor in locking it in. So as soon as you learn how to control that, hit that range, the pain will be gone. You'll forget it ever even happened. Right. It's 30. It's 12 or 12. 10. So one more set of each here. I have no time to talk about sports for my weekend, what I had to eat this morning or anything. 2, 3, gotta stay focused. I'm sweating as already is. It's hard. That's right. 1 down, slow, up, 2, 3, excellent. 4, 8 together. 5, easy down. 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 18. Nice burn there. Trying to rotate in a little bit. I'm just trying to block it. RP. 7. Is that what you said? So I'm having a hard time down the middle on this one. So there's 120 for 15. So next time we probably start around 110, something like that. So we did 110 leg extension. So you can see this is getting sloppy, but I have a lot of detail on here. I don't care if it's sloppy as long as we get detailed information and you're not just a slob. So exclamation point RP was 7. And next time I'm going to start at 110. We're going to go about 120 to 130 on the second set, about 130 to 140 plus on the third set. So I say this out loud and I even tell him because I want him to understand the way I'm thinking. Every workout's going to get better. Today may not be the best of your life, but every workout's going to get better from this point forward. You about 20 sessions. By the time you're done, you're going to be blown away. There's only workout 2 with the weights. Okay, shoulder press. We're going to go third set. Wasn't too bad in the last one. I still want to keep your shoulders clean. We'll go 35 today. Next time we'll work you up about 40. So 35, 8 to 10. Having people put their stuff away. 1, 2, brace the feet. Nice solid stance there. Notch at the top. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There down slow. Right there. 2 up. Right there. Elbows out to the side. Right there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. Down slow and in. Okay, that's one thing on that down there with his shoulders. I'm blocking at 90 degrees, so if he never gets to that internally rotated state there, I'm going to brace it there, and he feels no weight, literally almost, practically, from there into the bottom. That's that just crucial amount. The pain, RP?
7 RP, no pain.
First,
the weight's not bad, it feels unsafe.
Yeah, that's why at 35, so normally I would do around 40, 45. I'm just working stability, getting comfortable with this new position. I want to make sure, hey, we fix it on one, that's the next set's going to be perfect. So, some good overhead press. Even his first 2 to 3 reps, you saw that they were off. It was too deep and you kind of rotated forward. So I didn't fix him until like rep 4 the way I wanted him. So did 10. RP was what again? 10. So I'm not in a big race in that one. Next workout we would go 25, 30. 35 to 40. So not a big jump. It's a real conservative. We went from 20 to 25, just a slight jump there. 30, I stayed the same actually because I want to reinforce this. And then the third set, 35 maybe to 40. Things are going great. Remind myself, stop at 90 degrees. And secondary to that, if you stop at 90, you got to block them with my hands. Last two exercises, how you doing? Good. So easy stuff here. Isolation. So I think we have a lot to go over today, but I'd be reinforcing these phase 1 learning objectives and explaining what we talked about the machine to free weight progression. But again, those first 4 exercises were more of your compound kind of multi-joint exercises. So was that last one even. But like the leg extension and say the dumbbell curl, overhead extension, those are more isolation-based movements. Very small sectors of the body. These are nice and what most people see when they see Men's Health and when I do these, weight training and all that. But the bigger amount of muscle groups we do at once, the more bang for your buck, the better use of time. We'll do all kinds of isolation crap when we want to get time, but we want to optimize our investment on pain right now. So, okay, dumbbell curl. This one. Now typically we'll start in postural position and we'll exhale squeeze up, exhale squeeze up. Your knuckles are your pinky towards each shoulder. Right in there, you're not going to flare out or anything weird. Well, on the first set I want you to actually come both arms together and down. It'll be about 12 to 15. So we're off the feet, back. Think about those shoulders now too. Start here and make sure it's locked down tight there. Exhale squeeze up and ready. 1. So it's just a lot of this. Definitely fine. 3.
Get a right and left stretch for me, please.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Posture over 10. Great stance. 11, 12, 13, 14. We're down, good, repeat. 5, got it, solid. That's perfect set to start with that. So 15, repeat 5, go up, and non-alternating reps, I would write NA or non-alternating. Okay, now the reason we do that is because 15 reps alternating takes all day, and we're already worried about time on this day, and we still want to start light and appropriately. 1. It's all day. On a heavy dialed-in client who's getting, say, a 4th set of 15 failure or a 5th set there, then I would maybe alternate, but it doesn't make no sense now. First, our goal is work density, so we need to save time. We don't do a lot of unilateral stuff in phase 1 for that reason. Now, one thing I should bring up, notice the subtleties in that shoulder there. Now that I know about the shoulder history, this is corrective exercise tangent time, where some guys will spend a lot of wasted time on this. This is where I can show him maybe the doorway 1 stretch. Coming in right here. Just get a mild stretch there, come in there. If that's too wide, I would find a doorway or something where you get in here. Come in there, how does that feel? Feels good, nothing crazy. I may just test this one basic stretch out and see how this changes the way his shoulders work on every time he's curling, he's coming in, or if it takes away some of that shoulder pain and keeps away that glide and the overhead press. So that's one. I may even go overhead for the lats. Maybe if there's a over tightness in the lats, he likes to do pull-ups actually, so overhead. That's doorway 1, doorway 2. And in between sets, while we're resting, as we get moving faster, say next week, I may say on the side of the workout card, okay, doorway 1, doorway 2 stretch between sets while he's recovering and breathing. I get the weights when I come back, we're ready to start the next set. We wasted no time. We used every second of the workout. Same, nothing weird. So I'm not going to spend much time. We're just going to see how the intervention occurs and make your shoulder start feeling better. We could do the right and left stretch if you had a unilateral issue. Right side was on the side that was injured. Let's say that we would then go right grab and turn away. So anyway, okay, let's see if we open a tricep extension. We're going to come right here. I'm going to show you this real quick. All right, I got your camera. Running out now. I heard that. Okay, so on the seated shoulder press, it's the same. This is the same as the seated shoulder press. So you're going to get in that same stance there. I'm going to mount you up here with the weight. Then we're going to go overhead. And you're going to have the elbows tucked in tight there. Extend up, or you can flare them out. I honestly don't care. Whatever's more comfortable for your elbows and your shoulders. Anatomy makes all the difference. You're coming down to where the forearms are about parallel to the ground. Exhale, extend up all the way. I'm going to come down here. I'll either take it from the back or work it from the front here. We'll dismount. It's going to be light, but sometimes it's spotted from the shoulders. If this is...
That's my elbow.
Elbow. So find a comfortable spot there. So braced all the way up. Nice. Down. Exhale up. 1, 2, looks good. 3, 4, 5, perfect, light. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now slow and that. Nice. RP. Pain. So that's why I don't textbook. You'll see a lot of people. Oh, you gotta put those elbows in. Some people's elbows will blow into pieces if you do that. I mean, you want to find a comfortable position for that.
My nerves in the past have switched quite a bit at car wreck in high school. Another thing I didn't tell you. But any kind of tricep, elbow extension, isolation stuff, every once in a while will slip it and get pretty aggravated.
But no pain so far.
Yeah.
So don't assume anything. So assume that they probably did something wrong, or not that way. So I would test it out. So not that I'm going to say, oh, disregard what he says and do it anyway. I'm going to test things out. It's a scientific approach to this. So maybe if we adjust this, or this, or alter the grip, we might be able to get some kind of training for that area. So it was a nice and light. Honestly, the guy's way stronger than that. And you get run into a lot of those issues behind the neck on that. If they can't do that, we'll go to a tricep kickback here. If it's a flexibility position issue and they're trying to fight in the head there, we'll go kickbacks, or on the bench, dumbbell skull crushers there, or barbell skull crushers if you want, if that exercise isn't working. But we're going to proceed with this. We'll go 35 and 15.
Yeah, you shouldn't be any problem. Skull crushers, I can't.
Does it bother you? Barbell or dumbbell? Dumbbell might. Test it out. We're going to go 30 on the curls. We're going to alternate in this set. So go ahead here. Okay, tricep position there. 10 to 12, one at a time. Dominant arm first. Good, 1. Nice. 1. Better posture control there. 2. 2, that's probably because we're alternating. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale. Exhale. 6. 6. Good. Nice and strong. One at a time. We're setting 7. 7. Shoulders down. 8. 8. And good. Whatever you got. Nice and clean. 9. 9. 10. Good call. 11. 11. 12. And 12. Good. 7. So exclamation point. We worked hard to squiggly line just so I know on the shoulders. If I see a 7 and we did 12 reps, I would just, if I saw it on paper and I was prepping this up, I would just go to 40 right away, or 35 right away. I actually want to work on tightening that up just a tad. So that's why all those little details make.
Yeah, I probably would have started slipping heavier in the last one.
So it's 30, 15, or 12. Squiggly line, exclamation point, and that's where that equal sign would come into place. So I just take the decision out of my hands for next time. I would go, I might go 25 for 12, alternating 30, then 30 plus on the third set. Over tricep extension 35 times.
Justin, how much are you really relying on what he's saying as his RPE? He seems like somebody that's reluctant to like really ever say it's going to be higher.
Good question. There's a trainer's RP and client's RP, and I average, and I'm learning his pain tolerance now. So also he's probably annoyed at this point that I'm asking him every set. That's I don't care. But I would say, hey, look, I'm not going to ask you every day after this. And if they really don't get the numbers, they'll say, I touch the answer. Light, medium, heavy. If it's in that heavy, almost medium, is it medium heavy? Is it heavy? Is it maximum heavy? Could you lift another pound? Try to assess that and just kind of use your common sense on. It was medium heavy. Well, that's an 8.
Yeah.
It was heavy 9, but was it a max? The max would be 10. Okay. So trying to assess that, and then eventually at the right time when you have the time to explain that. Okay, your RP's have been really 7, 8-ish, but I got to push him into the wall and make him break down before I ever get an 8 or 9 on him. So you got a strong pain tolerance, so just want you to know I'm going to push you harder and harder. I'm just trying to dial a few things in. But on the flip side, if he was saying, oh, those are 10s, I'm like, you're out of your mind. I'll show you 10 soon, but I'm going to slowly ease you up to that. So when he says 9, I'll say, well, you're at a 7, actually. We'll start to get on the same page here. So
I know I went a little higher on the RP just because because of the reps. My form was starting to go. I just knew any heavier than that, the last 4 or 5 would have been just awful.
Yeah. So and that's what you want to understand what he's trying to communicate too. Is it pain? Is it his assessment of the set? So he skewed his answer based on how he thought his form was too.
Yeah.
So get to those issues so you really understand what's going on there. It's not like
Yeah.
just one tool to let out. So was it fatigue? Was it heaviness? Was it technique? There's a lot there. So still overhead extension 35.
So on that one, are the weights that heavy? No, but like, and then doing one at a time, holding for that long,
Yeah.
it starts to fatigue. Yeah.
One thing on the alternating too, so you did a good job of resetting one at a time and doing it. You'll see these running man curls where, especially when people are brand new and it's light and they're not very strong, and they'll start the next rep before they finish the other one. That's horrible postural control. One, and that's hold up the air, reset, exhale up. One, radically stronger, radically better shoulder position. Everything's tighter and you get a better bicep, and you'll be stronger. So. But if they're in that war, that's probably someone who used to do 9 hours in work as well. And sometimes if they're just terribly controlled, we'll have them actually sit down. This is a case where we'll have them sit here. And I don't care about curls in postural or core stability necessarily. It's more about getting the shoulders clean. So we'll curl there, so you can lock that in. There. And I'm just trying to keep it. That's John Sandberg kind of the guy from this morning. Or even if they're standing here. So although our normal phase 1, 2, and 3 progression would be going from machine to seated to standing and so on, free weight. This may be a phase 3 progression just to get them in tighter. So it's not a big deal. It's not a picture the problem there. So we'll check the machines. You never know if it's tight or secure. Have a seat.
Okay, are we doing?
Overhead extension, yeah. I had 2 of them. Alright, so I'm mounting through that. Put it nice and long. Extend at the top first, making sure it's tight. Ready when you are. Slow. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, already 14, 15. Down slow. Got nice. RP, light, pain. Yeah, it's still pretty low. 5. First no harm. So the model is first to no harm, build workout density, progressive resistance, or build strength. If I follow that goal, my goal is not to hurt them and to get some work done. So far, work without pain, we're winning. Winning. Then the next one is to build strength. So if that continues to happen, the motion is not a problem, then I will build strength in that position. Then the step 4 would be progressive exercise / move. So we turn this into other overhead exercises, maybe slow crushes, maybe close grip bench presses, maybe hybrid tricep exercises. Okay, from there we'll go to curls. We're going to repeat 30 on this because the biceps get teed out pretty quick. 8 to 10 with 30 again, one more time. Yeah. So that's a great point. The dumbbell deadlift, the rows from earlier, and now the curls are, they're not always used to that. We did those farm walks yesterday. So one at a time. 1, 2, and 2. Good. 4, and setting every rep. 4, good. 5, and 5. 6, and 6. Whatever you got. I think on 7, and 7. At least one more. 8. 8. You got it. 9. 9. Maybe one more. Right, good. 10. And 10. Good, nice. All right, clear the last. RP, 7.5.
Yeah. Again, not really the heaviest weight, but it starts to feel it.
So let's say 8 real solid ups, 2 shaky. You want to get real clear on that. So next time I'll tell them, hey, you did 8 perfect ones, 2 that little shaky. At least give me 9 and one more as clean as possible next time. I guessed you are trying to start filming. So once I want to see if I'm on the same page. So a lot of times I like to guess and put my 7 down and beat you and prove that to you. And that's fun if you think you're going to get it right. And you look really awesome when you do it. But I just want to get on the same page. So you say, yeah, I'm paying attention. I'm learning your pain talents there. So but then I don't have to ask you pretty much at all anymore. Okay, one more time on overhead extension. Let's go 45 and overhead isolated and see what happens. There's those magic words that we're just testing this, and if you get hurt, you don't need to. Sorry. That's not good. That's time.
so I can be on point with my elbow.
But it gets real sharp and hot.
Really annoying. Yeah.
Come back.
Hold on, open them.
Go, yeah, since it come back a little bit. Good. Okay. Here it comes. Right there. Nice and tight. He's down slow and ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 7, 8, 9, 10 of them good. 11, 12 your call. 13, 14, 15 on slow. You got it. Nice. Okay. Still good, still light and easy. So we don't have to take out the movement, we just got to do the movement right and with the right amount of resistance. So all good.
It is. Now next time you can do it just a bit on that.
Okay, just a little bit. So we take one small jump forward. That was 45 for 15. RP was 6, 7. 6 to 7 maybe. So next workout we're gonna go we'll go 30, 40, and then about 45 to 50. So that's a higher overall average, very, very medium up. But you got to consider all the pre-work before that and all the accumulated work of the week of the next week, because everything's getting harder, so it's all going to be relatively proportional to that. So we did all of our sets. So RP on the scale from 1 to 10 for the whole workout. 7. So we kind of took our time, and if I wasn't talking so much here, we'd be going through that faster and doing that many sets with higher or less recovery. That would have been the 7.5 or an 8 RP for the whole day, but still, we pushed much harder today than we did Monday, and I still only got 7 out, so that's a great sign. That's why my earlier aggressive jumps in the workout weren't too crazy, and I can actually still get more and more aggressive. We still got a lot of new exercises to learn on Friday, so I'm not going to do anything crazy, but next week, prepare for war. So I'm going to start working for those 8 to 9, maybe 9-ish RPs on your weight training days as well. We'll get it on the boot camp conditioning laser days for sure, but when you start averaging those 9 RPs Monday through Friday, sort of a thing, that's when the radical changes start happening. You're like, this is the best investment that I ever made in my life. The laser program's freaking awesome. You're already returning people in the first week. So that's why this whole method comes together. The mathematical analysis of are we putting things together. He's going to see the dietitian very soon. He's going to email him, otherwise I'm going to annoy him tomorrow. But great, so we got 2 weight training days down. Tomorrow we'll do our laser boot camp conditioning day. And we've covered all the basic groundwork of doing the JTLC, the stretches, and the assessment. So now I have more time to actually do the workouts. So that we had to get that out of the way first. So now you need to do your basic bare minimum stretches I showed you on the wall from today. Tomorrow you can come do the work on your own. We'll do the JTLC together, and we'll get going on the core stuff. So very nice. That is all for day 3.